Hello, we're together again on a full moon night. But this full moon is very different for us. It's void of course. That means we don't know exactly what would happen if we did magic. So we're going to delay our magic and our magic circles until tomorrow. In the meantime, we can think of all kinds of magic that is protection. It's very important that we continue to do that because of the pandemic. And one of the things I wanted to talk about was the food issue that's happening. And the food issue is that some of the farmers, the milk farmers, have had to throw away gallons and gallons and gallons of milk, but they've started giving it away, which makes so much sense. But the meat industry is doing the opposite because they can't get all the meat that they have slaughtered to the grocery stores, so they're throwing it away instead of giving it away to people. I don't quite understand that, and I'm sure you don't either. But what we can do for ourselves is very important. One of the professors from Amherst University in Massachusetts was an expert on wild food. One of the things that I learned from him, and once upon a time he said there was a famine in Russia, and the Tsar demanded that everyone plant sunflowers. So they had fields and fields of sunflowers, which saved most of the people. The reason being, you can eat the yellow petals of the flower, you can eat the seeds, very nutritious. You can't eat the stem or the green leaves, but at the roots of that sunflower is a potato. And that potato is edible and delicious, and it can save people. So earlier during the pandemic, I was meditating, and the Fae came to me and said, start planting sunflowers. And of course, I haven't done it, but my daughter Penny is doing it and several of my friends. So I'm asking you, I don't care if you put seeds on property that's not your own, as long as it can grow in a field or anywhere, sunflowers everywhere. And let's see that we're being told for some reason, and we better listen to it, that we need to keep planting them and keep planting them. Well, I have some nice news. This is a beautiful moon created by Penny Cabot. It's for Dark of the Moon magic. We're giving away this magic piece. We'll let you know after this whole program is over, after I'm off. We'll put up a notice of how you can ask for this. You may receive this gift of magic from us. On a full moon, I'm often either very jittery or I can't sleep, or sometimes very lethargic. And today, I was very lethargic. I couldn't quite move. And so, we have to go with the flow. I can't change that energy at the moment. So I have been resting all day and meditating on everything that we're doing here, which is very important to me, to be able to help you in these times. And two of my dearest friends are in the UK. Sarah is one of my dear friend's daughter, and it was her birthday on May 1st. And I didn't get to pull a card for her. So that's the first card I'm going to pull, is for Sarah. Let's see. I'll change my glasses, and we'll see what is happening for Sarah. She's absolutely a gorgeous woman. She's a fairy. She could step into a fairy ring, which she's done, and nothing happens to her. because she's actually one of them. Oh, let's see. Well, the Knight of Cups. This Knight of Cups is a child. I'm not sure, but this is definitely a young person coming into your life. I don't know if it's a new baby or one that you might already have, but it's a good thing. This is a child of magic. This is the Fae, leading you into something wonderful in the future. So this child is important in your life. It's a gift. This is a gift. And my other friend, other witch, is Debbie Fallon from London. And Debbie's birthday was also on May 1st. So Debbie, this is your card, okay? My goodness, the Six of Swords. Very powerful. This is not about war. It's not about danger. It's about fortification for you. It's about having all the things you're planning for earning a living is going to change for the better. You're going to be stronger than ever in your magic and in your financial security, which is absolutely wonderful. All the birthday cards are done. 2 is all we had tonight. And I'm very thankful to all the people. I'm glad to hear from people from New Zealand and our people in Brazil. There are a lot of Cabot witches in Brazil. But it was also Greece, and we also hear from far, far away, and we're happy that we get to communicate. And we hear from Russia. Well, we're here together. We're the whole world right now together. We're one great big group of witches and magic people and the Fae. And I know a lot of people don't understand that the Fae are real. It's all, Walt Disney. And it's all make-believe. Well, it truly isn't. And science is starting to find out that it isn't, that there is that world. And we need to pay attention to that world. They seem to help us and know more about us than we know about ourselves. So I'm going to draw the first card to Sarah True. Another Sarah, isn't that interesting? Well, Sarah True, the Four of Wands. Now the Four of Wands is fortification. It means that you need to take care of yourself. One of the things I think it is that you don't plan for things that are uncomfortable. That maybe you can't have enough food or you can't have what you need. You need to learn some survival skills. That's what that's about. One of the survival skills that I learned early on, and my mother in the 30s when I was a baby, everyone had a pantry or a larder where we stored food for the future, not food that we would use right away, but just in case there was something that went wrong and we wouldn't have enough food. So I don't know what happened today. In today's world, people don't bother to do that. And then you're left with, you can't just go buy your breakfast and dinner at a restaurant and have nothing at home. It's not going to work that way anymore. These are warning signs, and I don't know why they're opening up businesses and things yet. It's not right. This is dangerous. Jen McKinney. It's her birthday, Jen. Well, my goodness, Jen. I think your birthday is a new beginning. This is getting rid of everything, even changing where you live, most likely. And if not, rearranging everything where you live, maybe redecorating, repainting, make things more comfortable. It's wonderful, though. It's a good thing. Lisa Nancy. Lisa Nancy is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands, I know that, travel would be wonderful for you, but mind travel helps. That's why books are so important to read, but not always watching television and movies, but also reading about the far off places. Very important for you to understand the entire world, not just where you are, but there is a world of wonder out there. Jesse Mullins. I guess this is needed. Strength. Strength of mind. Strength of body, of course. It's mostly strength of spirit. Understanding that things are going to be all right, especially if you project for them to be okay. And maybe do a little bit of magic for protection and your future. Extremely important. It's very important. And there's a Leo around you. Mata Leah. Leah?
Yep.
Okay, Mata Leah. The Eight of Coins. It's about money, but it's also about wisdom. The coins are pentacles. That means studying things that are mystical to you. Witchcraft is a science. It's not necessarily that mystical. It works. You might want to study a little more. You don't have to believe it. It doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. It still works. Addie Strega. Strega. Oh my goodness. Strega. Here you are, Miss Strega, which is wonderful. An Italian witch. This is doing the same things over and over. It means that you need to reassess how you make a living, how you approach people as well, how you treat yourself is more important. Use your magic for you right now. And we have, I hope, Ellen Riposh. Mm-hmm. We have music in the background, and that music, it is ancient Greek music, invoking goddesses and gods. And it's a very powerful, wonderful group of people who are doing this. It's a Epona nymph. I suggest you listen to their music. The Two of Wands, stability, two friends that are going to help you. Someone's coming to give you aid and help. How wonderful, especially now. We need help from our neighbors. Jennifer Taylor, the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups, yes, it's okay to dream things and wish things. Wishing doesn't always make it so, but doing actual magic makes it so. So you need to see, while you're wishing, see the end result of what you want. Make it clear and walk away, and it'll happen. Sharon Duvall. Sharon, Queen of Coins. Are you rich? Do you have a lot of money? Well, it's possible that that could happen. That could have enough, or more than enough, to make your life wonderful. Interesting. I'd like to hear about that. Mo Cummings. Mo is the Two of Cups. Two of Cups represents love. A partner. Somebody to love you. And the symbol of Cancer and Venus is up here, showing that love is coming. Now, this is Thursday, and we're wearing black, and we're staying home, and we're not doing magic. But tomorrow is Friday, is the day of Venus. You could do some love attraction magic tomorrow. And the color, though, however, is royal blue. Phyllis Kirby, the Four of Wands. Oh, the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands it's a very universal information coming to you. You need to meditate. Ask the universe what you should do. Ask the universe for wisdom and guidance, and it will come to you. Alyssa Mortis, the Magician. My goodness, you have such psychic ability. I hope you're using it, because it's helpful. Everyone who has their psychic talents geared up right now is helping the entire world, because our projections and our spells to cure the world, to save us all, are very important. That you count. Your power is as important as anyone's. Robin Miller. It sounds familiar. I don't know. The Six of Cups. It shows that you could be teaching, lecturing, or helping people. And that may be exactly what you're doing, but it shows that you're very good at it, and you should continue helping others. Nicole Sosna on the Four of Swords. Well, the Four of Swords, again, is protection, that you're already protected. This says you have a guide from the other world around you, protecting you. And you may not realize it, but you're pretty well off, because when you're sleeping, they're there. When you're awake, they're there, helping you to make the right moves in life to save you. Amber Jones. Amber, that's one of my favorite scents, is amber oil. Amber oil. And ambergris, we can't really get much of that anymore because it's from a whale. But in France, I think they still use it in some perfumes because it stays forever. The scent stays forever. But amber is beautiful, and it's sort of a synthetic of ambergris. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Knight of Swords for you. Knight of Swords. This may be a very strong person coming to aid you. This actually could be a lawyer, a policeman. Someone of authority can come and help you very shortly. There may be an issue that you're going to need him. Dina Ford. Dina Ford, the Page of Swords. A young person, very demanding, a little nasty. My goodness, you can't give in to someone like that. Make sure you say no. That's what you need to say. Carly Evans. Okay, Ten of Swords. Oh my goodness. It's not the end of the world, Carly. It is not. You're fortified. You're being infused with universal knowledge. Listen to it. You're going to turn around and you're going to be more healthy. You're going to be happier when you pay attention to the laws and the rules right now. Daryl James. Okay, the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. Again, I don't think you're paying attention to the things that you have that are good. You don't need to want more right now. You want to stabilize what you already have. Joan Costello, Five of Wands. Joan, you're asking for quite a lot, and that's okay. There's no limit to the universe providing for people. Some people have Rolls Royces and live in castles, and some of us don't. And I don't necessarily need that. I'm very happy with what I have. But you need to understand you can have anything you actually want. Lisa Mello, Star. This is an Aquarian card to me. Aquarians are very cold to their families usually, and not deliberately, but it's because they want to help the entire world. They see things far away rather than up close. So pay attention to family right now, other people around you. Troy Godfrey. Godfrey is an interesting name. The Empress. The Empress is bounty. It's fulfillment. It's meditation. It's being in touch with nature. Can you go out and plant sunflower seeds? Can you help the earth in that way? If you haven't thought of it, you should think about it. Mary Blankenship. Blankenship, isn't that an interesting name? A wheel. The wheel of fortune. But it's not about fortune. It's about what's ahead of you, how you plan for things. You can look back on what you've already achieved, and I'm sure it's good. But let's plan for the future now and use your magic as well. I do employ anyone who understands their psychic ability or understands magic in any form. Please use it, but use it in a correct way and for the good of all. We need that. We need to fight this and change it. We can change this. Steph Yee. And I don't know if that's a male or female. Steph, probably a male.
I think it was a female.
Huh?
I think it was a female.
Three of Cups. Not to party. No, you can't go out and party. But you can enjoy what you have and what you know and make more of that fun. Try to learn how to make fun out of everything that you have. Elizabeth Trottier. King of Swords. The King of Swords. He's always an authority, isn't he? We talk about this often. But maybe he's not meaning well for you. Maybe he's not the authority you need. You can't let people harm you or talk you down. You have to speak up for yourself. Lisa Novak. Okay, the Seven of Wands. This is like a family fight, an argument that's been brewing for years, and it's time to let it go. It's time to think of what is really important and what can help you and change your life. Adele Carver. Adele, wow. I like Adele. Don't you like Adele singing?
I love Adele.
Oh, she's awesome. I saw a picture of her, and she's lost a lot of weight and looks amazing. And she had a very short little dress on. She was darling. The Two of Coins. Two of Coins. The balance of finances, the balance of your knowledge. Just complete balance in your life can be achieved by following the rules right now. Backing down, staying to yourself, meditating, finding what is best for you. Erica Bowers. Erica, it's the Five of Cups. The number 5 has to do with love. It has to do with self-love and passion. You need to use your passion to create things, create something for yourself. And by you creating something for yourself, it helps others as well. Kristen Roy. Temperance. Temperance, again, this reeks of meditation, this introspection, courage, using things to enlighten yourself and enjoying yourself. Melody Larson, The Lovers. Melanie, this is a dream, and the lovers may not exist yet, but it says it will. Janet O'Brien, Palace of Wands. The Palace of Wands, a home built upon magic. So your ancestors were all witches, obviously, just by your DNA, number one, and your history. I don't know if you're practicing, but you should be. You know, witchcraft is the number one religion in America today. There are more of us than Catholics, Protestants, Buddhists, whatever. Brianna Noyes. And I know I'm talking to all of you. It's wonderful. Judgment. Judging oneself is difficult, and sometimes we're too hard on ourselves. And I feel that can lead to some depression. Try not to be difficult to yourself. Try to be kind to yourself right now. Melody Martin. The Three of Swords. Wonderful power. It's a universal number, and it shows great power and structure. It also shows these are like magic wands. An athame, charging crystals, charging spells, charging your life and bringing more magic to you. Very powerful person if you recognize it. Brandon Ward, King of Cups. Isn't that lovely? That's someone that can come and help. That's someone that is established and maybe loving as well. It could be some kind of love magic here, and it could be just someone also helping you in many, many ways. Billy Joan. Okay, the Four of Coins. I suggest you find 4 books on witchcraft and read them all now. Mary Rainsford, The Palace of Cups, a house built on all kinds of good things, very giving, very forward about helping people, teaching, nurturing, healing. It may be your entire history and your family, so that needs to continue. Mary Beth Mays. Ace of Coins. Ace of Coins. To me, that's a huge pentacle, bringing you wisdom, protection, knowledge, showing that you could be a very powerful witch. And you need to know it. If you don't, this is telling you you are. Heather Sheehan. Now Sheehan definitely is Irish, don't you think?
Sounds like.
I can hear the river dance, can you? I missed that. That was so nice. We haven't had entertainment like that in a while, have we? But we do need some. I think it would be wonderful.
I still enjoy watching it.
What?
I used to enjoy watching it.
I know. Okay. Coins, 9 of coins. Not to worry. Don't worry about money. It will come. You will be fine. It will work out. Try not to worry. Trust your intuition. Trust your magic. Amy Stannard. 7 of Cups. All this is so delicious. This got everything in these cups. You have so many choices in life right now. You almost don't know what to do first. But you need to find out what to do first, because anything that you choose to go forward is going to work for you and make life much, much happier for you. Philip Davenport. Philip. Oh, High Priestess. Look at her. Isn't she beautiful? The pillars, Poem and Jacob. These pillars are a doorway to mysticism, magic, grandeur, being elevated into a high place with magic. Elevated. Barbara Niles. King of Wands, Barbara. Is this a person? I'm not sure that this is a person. I think this is something you strive for, but you're not allowing the universe to bring in what is right for you. You're trying to make things happen that may not be meant to be. Always do your magic for the good of all, and then you won't get in trouble. Michelle Petru. Michelle. That's one of my favorite names, Michelle. We have Heather's one of my, of course, favorite names, and Heather, of course, reads on Salem Psychics for Enchanted. And so does Diane. Diane's in London, but she's with Salem Psychics, and she's amazing. And we also have, for full readings, we definitely have Lady Ashton. Lady Ashton is married to a Manx man, Ian. They are both magical. She's phenomenal. You should try her. Here we go with the world. Are you really seeing the world? It's time to look in the past at ancient civilizations. Compare them to our own. It's a little bit sad for me, because when I do that, I realize we're not a very advanced civilization. Even though we have technology, we're missing a great deal, and especially in the control of our emotions, which causes fantasy, war, all kinds of ridiculous things that only make life worse instead of better for the good of all. Eduardo Barreto. My goodness. Is that the same name we had the other day when I said he could be a flamenco dancer? But those names remind me of that. Oh my goodness. And there was a dancer, his name was Jose Greco. I mean, that's also a painter, isn't it? I think. But he was a Spanish dancer, well known. I don't know if he's still around and doing it, but he was fantastic. And I did see him in Boston at one time. And then I found out he wasn't from Spain at all. He was from Brooklyn, New York. But he was fantastic, and he spent his life mostly in Spain. The Knight of Coins. There's someone around you that's trying to get you to try something new and you're not paying any attention to it, or there's something egging you on to do something more, I wonder if you'd make a good chef. Doesn't mean that's what you have to be, but I think you're so creative and down to earth. So listen to this. Michelle Cotton. The Seven of Swords. This represents being untrue to yourself, lying to yourself, or trusting others who are thieves. Psychic vampire, maybe? Someone who's stealing your ideas or your energy. You're giving too much to this person. Cindy Grenier. The Fool. Fool is actually wonderful. It means if you stepped off a cliff, someone would be there to catch you. Just, you can't go wrong. If you look back in your life, I'm sure you can say, oh my God, if that person hadn't done that, I wouldn't be here today. Or it's just a wonderful lifetime of being guided by spirit, and you are protected by spirit. Sherry Cuddy. Sherry Cuddy, the King of Coins. Sherry. This is someone you passed up a long time ago. Someone that loved you and you didn't love them back. They walked away and then you wanted them? Shauna Poole. Ace of Swords, Shauna. Do you know anything at all about Excalibur? And how it should be used? A sword should be used to make magic, to heal things, to create magic space around you. A sword should be used to enter the earth on all four sides of where you live to protect you. Tracy Hillier. Tracy, one of my favorite people. Tracy, I hope you're watching. One of our high priestesses who's so magical. I think she's from Egypt, but I don't know about the DNA. Maybe in a past life, definitely. Page of Coins. Tracy, for this Tracy. The Page of Coins. I have a feeling this is a child that's either around you, it could belong to someone else, but this child needs your attention. There is a child that needs you. I don't know what that means either. Sarah Caverly. Sarah, it's the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands, again, extreme power can come from a wand. They're real. And when you point the wand at something, you're sending light energy. Light travels 186,000 miles per second. So that light could travel to Australia in 2 seconds. Can you imagine? Be careful what you want, be careful what you think. And make sure your magic is used for the good of all. Debbie Benak. Sorry. It's warm in here. I need to cool down. I think that my house here stays really nice and cool even when it's warm out, doesn't it? When you walk in. And then today, all of a sudden, it got a little warmer. I don't know what that's about. But it's nature, so I'll accept it, I guess. I'll just keep my fan nearby. And who do we have next? Debbie Benak. Debbie Benak. Oh, someone asked me about this dress and said, oh, is that a necklace? No, this is a kaftan made in Arabia, in Dubai. It's beautiful. They make all these wonderful kaftans that they make in all colors, all beaded, very inexpensive, by the way. You couldn't even buy the beads. You couldn't even buy the fabric in America for the price of something like this that is already put together. You should look it up on Pinterest. You'll find some wonderful clothing that you can buy from Arabia at very low and wonderful prices. And the fabrics and all the things they make are so magical, important. You have the emperor. An emperor almost sounds like somebody who is a dictator. You have to be careful not to dictate, to not think everything you think is better than what anybody else thinks. No, we can't know it all. It's impossible, no matter how we try. Morgan Foxworth. The Knight of Wands, Morgan. Morgan is a name, like Morgana is, you're talking about a goddess name and Celtic mythology. And she was, that name is melded into many different goddesses, and the Lady of the Lake was one who lifted the sword, Excalibur. And this is the Knight of Wands. Again, it's simple to me, but it may not be simple to you, but it's to try magic first and make sure it's for the good of all, and it will come to be. Allow it to happen. Watch what happens when you use your mind to change things in different ways. Laurie Rowland. Laurie. There's so many ways to spell Laurie, isn't there? Oh my goodness, the sun. This is healing, this is success. It's as simple as that. You're going to be successful in all that you do. You just have to persevere. Keep going. Calvin Swan. That's a nice name, Swan. Okay, Nine of Swords. Wow. Whatever you start now, even if you're just imagining it now and imaging it and meditating on it, whatever you change now will be changed forever, which is actually a good thing. It might be something new and wonderful, a new way of living for you. Austin Trussell. Five of Coins. The Five of Coins, it means there's someone suffering and has nothing around you. Sometimes we hold on to what we have because we're afraid that we have to keep it all. But the truth is, even if you're not getting paid and you have little money, giving 50 cents or $1 to someone who needs money will always come back to you. That will reassure that you will never go without money. But if you keep it all like Scrooge, it could go away. Wendy McKernan. Okay. Wendy. Ten of Wands. Don't bow to anyone. Witches don't worship. we honor our ancestors and gods and goddesses who are our ancestors, by the way. They're not fictitious. They're the people that came before us, and they're there to help us. And we can communicate with the other world, of course, and we've done it for centuries. It's not new. Science is finally catching up with us and saying it's possible and that it's real. Thank goodness I lived long enough to hear that, because it's so aggravating that we're so primitive that we don't understand those worlds. Anyway, this says you need to use your hard work and know that you will get ahead. Paula Donovan, a lot of Irish names tonight, I think. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
That's an Irish name. The Three of Coins. I like this card because it shows him spinning almost like a glass maker, that makes glass bottles and things. It's swirling that pentacle and that coin around. And that means he's sending out energy. So you need to expel your energy. Put it out there. Make sure you have the energy. And make sure you need to take vitamins, basically. And the first thing I always suggest to people is prenatal vitamins for men and women, no matter what age. And no, you don't have to be pregnant to take them, because they have more folic acid and it's very life-giving. It made a big change for me. Krista Cartaza?
That sounds right.
I think so. That's close.
She's from Salem.
Oh, she is?
Mm-hmm.
She's a Salem witch? Oh my goodness, hi. Have I met her?
I don't know.
Have I met you? I don't think so. But I'm not good with names. I only remember your face anyway. Queen of Cups. There's a goddess that you need to talk to quickly. Whoever she is, she's waiting for you to get to know her, to honor her, and do not ask her for anything. Just become friends with her, and you'll see how your magic changes. Sharon Babs, the Hermit. The Hermit. That means, we're locked down. It means that you need to lock down, that you need to step back from all the things you're trying to make happen and let things happen. Sometimes we push too hard. It's like people who cast a spell and they wait and it doesn't quite work, so they do the same spell again. Well, that just pushes the spell further and further away. It's like somebody who drops their hat and they go to pick it up and they kick it with their foot. They have to go further and pick it up and they kick it again. You're just overdoing it. You need to cast your spell and let it happen. Stanislav Shargin. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it very well. He's from Russia. He's a Russian person, Russian witch. I'm very proud that my book, Power of the Witch, was the first witch book published in Russia in modern times. Of course, they have them all now. They have all the good ones. But I was so proud of that, I can't tell you. And you have the Devil card. That only represents the fact that your DNA is very different from what you think. It's extremely powerful DNA. Have you had that done? You should look into that, because some of the power in you comes from some very magical people, and some royalty is in your blood. Interesting, isn't it? Sharon Lotz. Sharon Lotz. The Chariot. The Chariot is So, sometimes it's a new car. Sometimes it's how we get around, what we do for transportation, actually. Or it's about movement and getting your mind moving, getting your body moving and traveling faster and faster with what you know is good. That's what this may be. Yes. Ali Bennett. Ali Bennett. The Tree of Life, Ali. This is a structure known in Hebraic magic. It's not witchcraft, but it's about how the earth was formed. It's about how it connects to humankind, our chakras, our life, the elevation of humankind. It's a very important study. Like I said, it's not witchcraft. It's called something else, but it's definitely magic, and it means it's powerful, and you need to study. Is what that means. Paula Reynolds. Paula. The Palace of Coins. A palace of coins. That's like creating a room where it's your own sanctuary, or creating an altar to get in touch with one of your deities, so that you have a focus on something that will help you through all that's going on right now. You need the help from the other world, and that can come, and it can come. Carla Marie, or Kayla.
Kayla.
The Ace of Cups, ooh, how wonderful. The Ace of Cups is a total new beginning. It's also a loving cup, meaning there could be love that's serious coming for you, and sooner than you really think. Or if the love is still around, it's getting stronger. Kathy Felton. Kathy is the Seven of Coins. Seven of Coins. Karma. It's time that you paid attention to your footprints in this lifetime. What are you going to leave here? What are you going to take with you? Nothing. So what can you leave behind is of value to humankind and animals? Holly Jervis. Page of Cups. The Page of Cups, this reminds me of what we were talking about earlier about food, how you need to, supply yourself with food for the future, and learn how to take care of that food. When you have pasta and rice and things like that, you need to put them into something that seals tightly so you don't get any varmints in it, so it can keep forever. And there are by the way, on the internet, you can run into some groups who are survivalists, and they can show you how to buy food that will last in packages for 50 years or more. Things like that. And you might want to look into that. I always wonder why people who live in cold places don't have a fireplace or a wood stove. Because if the electricity goes out, it's not pretty. And we have Leanna Ann, the Six of Coins. A number 6 again, the universal number. The universal mind supplies everything we think, whether you realize it or not. It's total information out there. The Tao, the Force, the All. It's time for you to look into that and meditate on the Force, the All. Jody Hamilton. Jody Hamilton, the 8 of Coins. I'm sorry, the Eight of Cups. Oh my goodness. That is an open stairway to enlightenment. You're on the right path. Do you realize that? Do you have enough books to make you enlightened? And do you have an elder for a teacher or someone to guide you? Hopefully you do. Karen Carr. Karen Carr, Two of Swords. You have to make up your mind. You can't just go back and forth and back and forth. You have to say, this is exactly what I'm going to do. And you can't wait for someone to give you permission or make the decision for you. You need to make the decision. Candy Watts. Faith. The card of faith. Believing. You don't need to believe. You need to know what is true or what actually works. Believing, it's nice that we have the knowledge enough to believe in something. But when you don't know something works and you still believe in it, what a waste of time that is. Michael Mangan, the Ten of Coins. Ten of Coins doesn't get much better than that. It says, whether you realize it or not, you're a very enlightened person and you're probably very creative or an artist. And if you don't know that about yourself, you should look into it, definitely. Your art may help the world. That would be important. You know, a lot of people who see a painting, the painter paints it, and there's all kinds of colors on the painting. And he says, while he's painting it, this is about courage. Well, you put it up on a wall in a museum or art gallery, and someone walks in and says, oh, that painting is so much about weather. Because it's your interpretation and it's healing. Some people would walk and see the same painting and say, oh, that makes me feel so good. So your art is important no matter what it is. Erica Harper. Erica, the moon. And like we talked about this moon, this moon, void of course, just simply means we don't know what's going on. We can't do magic that will change with us knowing why. It's impossible. But tomorrow, very strong energies and good energies. And like I said, using Jupiter more and the colors of Jupiter tomorrow along with Venus would be a good idea. Laura Flake. Laura, the Queen of Wands. Well, I would say yes, you could entertain people and make people happy. I suggest that you don't entertain people, that you don't try to get into some group right now. Do not go outside. Pay attention to the laws. Don't give in to that feeling. Deborah Holloway. The Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is that something you've already started a long time ago, you should continue. Maybe like writing, or writing a book, or writing a cookbook, or creating something now that you really wanted to do years and years ago, and you haven't finished it. Vicky Payne. Vicky, you're almost the last one, or you are the last one.
The last one.
And this is justice. That means anything that has been wronged for you should be made right. And it will be made right by someone who will come along and give you justice. I would look into the story of Maka, the goddess who helps us with justice. Very, very important. And to everyone that I'm with right now, with you, I love you and I'm happy to be with you. Remember, every ending is a beginning. And for witches, this is law. Where we enter in, from there we must withdraw. Good night.